Hi, everyone. Um, Today is Tuesday, October 12th, and this is Tuesdays with Diarthi. So I just wanted to say welcome to my video for this evening or morning or afternoon, whenever you are watching it. Um, Today, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Diarthi, and I am a personal growth coach. So every Tuesday, I do a video about personal growth, and it's called Tuesdays with DRT. So today we are going to talk about the law of consistency. And I wanted to say that this law of consistency is based upon John Maxwell's book, The 15 Valuable Laws of Growth. And the law of consistency says motivation gets you going, discipline keeps you going. So when I think about consistency, and today's topic is consistency is the key to success. And so when I think about someone being consistent, um, I when I'm learning a new word, I try to define what that word means. And so consistency is marked by harmony, regularity, or steady continuity. So what that means is that it's a continuous action or a continuous something that you're doing. So think about when you're being consistent. So the example that I like to give, and one that is referred to in the book, is about when you need to chop down a tree. So let's say you need to chop down a tree that's in your yard, and there is you have an axe. So you go to that same tree, and you go for 5 days and you chop it down, you chop, chop, chop. You start off in the same kind of spot, and then you move to like other locations on the tree. So you're like all over the place when it comes to where you swing your axe. And then after about 2 weeks, you see no momentum. And so you go get a bat and you say, well, if the axe didn't work, maybe the bat will work. And so you start swinging the bat toward the tree. And of course, what happens? The tree is not going to fall down. But let's say that you have the tree in mind and you have the axe and you go out there and every day you say, I'm going to make 5 swings of my axe to the tree. And you do that in the same spot. Well, after a certain amount of time, the tree will eventually fall down, because, of course, you're hitting the same spot, the same tree, the same tool. So with consistency, many times we start something and we go for a certain amount of days, and then we say, this is really not working, or I'm not getting the results that I thought I would get. So I'm going to give up. And so consistency says, don't give up, keep going, and try to do like the same thing every day if you can. So many of us we want to change our lives, want to do things different. We want to have some personal growth. We want to accomplish things, but we really don't understand that it takes sometimes little things every day, little things on a daily basis to bring that success. So, one of the books that I wanted to recommend today is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So, last year, and for those who have heard about my health journey, I started walking. And when I started walking, I got a membership to Audible. So, I was able to walk and listen to books online. So, I am an avid reader. So, ever since I was a kid, I just enjoyed picking up a good book, and reading. And so reading has always been an easy thing for me to do. But it's hard to read a book and walk at the same time, or read a book and drive. So Audible has become my best friend, I would say. And so The Compound Effect is one of the books that I will definitely recommend to all my viewers and followers, because it's a book about consistency, and it's a book about how important it is to do the same things or have like little actions every day and how it compounds the same way it does in when you invest money and you see your the interest rate compounds, and we all learned that in school. It's the same thing with consistency in our actions. So the book talks about being consistent and building discipline in our lives. And so if you look at the quotes, the first one says, "The magic is doing the simple things repeatedly and long enough to ignite the miracle of the compound effect." So it's not only doing that thing that you need to do, but it's doing it on a regular basis. Um, and it's doing it all the time. And so the other quote says, "Small, seemingly insignificant steps completed consistently over time will create a radical difference." And so it was interesting because in the book, and I will give this example, in the book, he talks about like two people who decided they were like the same, they were on the same level, the same job. They're both married, two guys, same age. Um, Saying pretty much everything. And they both decided that I want to, you know, become healthier. I want to, lose weight, become healthier, start working out, start eating better, all of that. And so one guy said, "Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start off with just a small 10-minute push-ups and sit-ups and every day." And then the other guy said, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't really have time to do it today. I need to watch TV or whatever." So what happens is the one person that started off with the little bitty thing like doing push-ups every day eventually started to enjoy doing push-ups and moved into other exercises to do. And that caused him to stop eating certain things and say, since I'm not working out, I really want to eat differently. And then that impacted his relationship with his wife because now he wasn't feeling a certain way. He started to have more energy in doing things. It also gave him more energy to do things on his job. So a year later, he was able to get a promotion. And things were going great just because he started with one little thing and built upon it. And so the other guy, on the other hand, never did start doing any push-ups or any exercise or any steps toward getting healthy. So a year later, he's still on the couch. He's gained more weight. His wife is not happy. He's having relationship issues. His job is not going well. Like he's having all these negative things happening to him. And part of it was because he didn't take that first step and be consistent in it. And so the compound effect, I would definitely recommend this book. And it for me, it changed my life because it made me think about those things that I really wanted to accomplish, even little things that I was just kind of putting off because I didn't have time to do it in the way I wanted to do it. So I needed to take the time to just do it a little bit at a time. So I hope that makes sense. So when it comes to consistency, it's interesting because I was wanting to talk about consistency last week, or yeah, last week. And so when I rescheduled it to this week, that was my topic. And so when I was walking this morning with my dog, I was listening to a leadership podcast, a John Maxwell leadership podcast, and they were talking about what they call irreducible minimums. And the irreducible minimum says, when it comes to an action or a task or something you want to do. So let's say you want to start, you have like 5 books that you have over time and you really want to start reading those books. Um, the minimum, you think about what's the minimum that I can do that I can commit to doing every day. So to read this book, the minimum may be 5 pages a day. So what that means is that every day I'm going to read 5 pages of that book every single day. Holidays, weekends, birthdays, every day I'm going to just devote to 5 pages a day. And I don't decrease my minimum. So I don't read 3 pages one day and 2 pages the next day. I just read 5 pages every day. Now, yeah, it's going to take me a little longer to read that book, but there are some days that I may feel really good and I may sit outside the park and I may read 30 pages. And some days I may read 5, and some days I may read 15. So it varies. But the point is that I'm consistently reading 5 pages a day. Eventually, I'm going to finish the book. That's so much better than having a goal of saying I'm going to read the whole book and never sitting down to even read 3 pages. So that's what it means by the minimum. So for some people, the minimum, I want to start working out. My minimum could be I just need to get up every day and put on my gym shoes and put on workout clothes. And that may motivate me to do whatever's next. So the minimum is something that I definitely would recommend that you think about when it comes to things you want to accomplish. Let's say you want to start saving money and you just have a hard, you're not really disciplined to do that. Then what's the minimum you can do every day? Maybe it's skipping coffee out and taking that $5 or whatever you spend for coffee and putting that in a jar envelope and letting that build up over time. So that is the irreducible minimums. So the next thing I want to talk about is this quote, which I really like. It says, "A successful person has the habit of doing the things that failures don't like to do. The successful person doesn't like to do them either, but his dislike is subordinated to the strength of his purpose." So that's a lot to to take in, right? So E.M. Gray is the person who said this. And what that really means is that we all want to grow and we all want to be better people. And sometimes we think that the successful, we look at people and we say, well, they are so successful. Um, oh my gosh, they make it so easy. And I attended a leadership conference last weekend called Live to Lead with John Maxwell and more people. Um, Excellent, amazing people who have amazing stories. And when you look at the people on stage, you think, wow, man, they're doing it. I mean, they're doing what they love. They made it, and you immediately think that it was easy. And then you forget that they had to go not only go through some things, but they had to build cons- discipline in their lives in order to be able to be on stage or have write books or share their story or go and speak at different events. So it's not a thing of, oh, this is what they did and it's easy. No, they had to do something they didn't like to do because they wanted to be successful. And so when it says that the person develops a habit of doing the things that failures don't like to do. So think about all those things that you need to take care of in your home, that you need to take care of, financially or physical things you need to do, and you just really don't want to do it. I would say try to build the habit of just doing it, even if you don't like to do it, because it's going to help you grow. So when I think about those things, I think about like reading. Some people just don't like to read. So what can you do to learn? Is it watching the video? Is it listening to an audible book? What is it that will continue to increase your learning in your life? Um, being disciplined. So I shared this in the previous video about how one of my ways to build discipline was to start with something small like making my bed. And so now it's part of my routine in the morning to make my bed. Well, what if it's something for you like drinking water? Let's say you don't drink enough water and you know it, and your doctor has told you you need to drink more water and lay off all the other things that you're drinking. Well, maybe it's starting with just saying to yourself, I'm going to drink 1 8-ounce glass of water when I first get up in the morning. And you do that every day for like 10 days. And then once that becomes like, oh, okay, I'm used to getting up, drinking water, 8-ounce water every day. Then you add another glass maybe before breakfast. So you continue to add to it and build it up. It's no way that we're able to try to do everything. So I just want you to remember that. Like sometimes we reach for the stars, but sometimes it's just those small things we can do to make a difference. So that's the quote. And then this one says, which I really like too, it says, "You will never change your life until you change something you do daily." and think about what is it that you want to change? What is it that you want to do? What areas do you want to grow in? Um, and start doing it. Start doing things today to get you where you want to go to your future. And so many times we look at other people and we think how did they get there, and we don't realize that they did a lot of things every single day to get them to where they want to be. So whether that is I want to, be financially free and not have any debt and have money in my savings, or maybe that's I want to be healthier physically, or maybe I want to be healthy, mentally healthy. Maybe it's I need to have more relationships and friendships in my life, and I need to figure out how to do that. So it's so many areas, but just think about those something you can do on a consistent basis. And the example I gave about the drinking the water that falls right into this as well. So you won't be able to change that until you just do it every single day. And so that is really what I want to share, because I want to, make sure that we are being consistent, and we realize that consistency isn't a um it's not going to happen overnight. It takes work. And so many times we start on this journey, this personal growth journey, and we start doing things and we get discouraged because we're not as disciplined as we would like, or things happen and we feel like we're not getting ahead like we should. And so we give up. And so I want to encourage you to not give up, to not give in, to not throw in the towel and say, well, forget it. I missed 3 days of working out, so I'm not going to work out for the next. I'm done. I'm not going to work out anymore. No, just start again. And that's the one thing that I've learned over this past, year and a half, is that um, every day is day one. Every day is your opportunity to start over. Every day is a new beginning. So I don't have to, when these happen, if I get off track, if I don't walk on one day or I just walk a little bit, I don't beat myself up. I don't, I give myself the freedom to, to take breaks sometimes. Like if I'm not on it with, with the things I do after work, and I may not study like I need to, or learn this lesson, or read this book. I don't beat myself up anymore. I used to. I used to beat myself up and be like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't do it. You said you was gonna do it," And so I don't. I pretty much just say, you know what? I just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day, new beginning. I can start over. I'm not gonna beat myself up and cause my and make my and reduce my or decrease my confidence, because I'm still the same person and I could just start over tomorrow. So I encourage you to look to start over. Just continue to take one day at a time and to do it, because it will make a difference. So before I end today, I wanted to let everyone know that I did postpone my two mastermind groups that was going to start in October, November. I'm probably going to push them until January. But I do have a transformation table that is starting up the first Wednesday of November. And so that is an opportunity for you to be around the table, and be a virtual table. So we're not meeting in person. So you can join from any state or city you live in, or country. And we'll be around about 8 of us, and we will study different values and share a thought about the values. And then we'll have an action plan um, during the during the lesson. So I'm coming in as a participant and as a facilitator, so we'll all be on the same page. But if you are interested in being part of my transformation table, reach out to me through Messenger, or if you're on YouTube, just send me a message in the comments and let me know, and I will send you the information. So that's all the time I'm going to spend today with you. But thank you for joining and watching and watching the replay. I really appreciate those who watch the replay. And as always, Diarthi with Tuesdays with Diarthi, personal coach. My mission and goal is to help people find their purpose and live it out fully. So keep growing, keep going, and keep moving forward. Thank you. Have a good night.